Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Well, they told me it was a very nice day yesterday. Unfortunately, I was stuck looking at computer screens and editing audio most of the day, so I missed it. But I do promise to get out today and to the boat show on Thursday. The largest living thing is a mushroom located in the Malheur National Forest in the Blue Mountains of eastern Oregon. It covers 2,200 acres, and scientists believe it is between 2,000 and 8,000 years old. How's that for an OMG fact for you? But now, let's get to the news, shall we? Here's an economic snapshot for you. Anne Arundel County closed the second quarter with unemployment below 3% and muted inflation, even as housing construction cooled and commercial investment accelerated. The county's jobless rate averaged at 2.87% in quarter two, better than Baltimore Metro or Maryland or the nation. Existing home sales slipped 4% to 2020, but the median resale price rose 1.5% to $507,000. New residential permits fell to 253, which is down 28.5%, and total permit value dropped 31% to $41.06 million. Now, year-to-date permits were down 18%, and the value was down 19.5%. Commercial is a little bit different. Commercial vacancies moved higher. Offices were at 8.4% vacant, flex at 8.2%, and industrial at 6.5%. Yet construction spending climbed, with overall commercial permit value jumping 63.9% to $134.1 million. Now, BWI passengers fell 6.4% to 6.93 million, while hotel tax receipts rose 2.7% to $6.86 million. Because the county's economy is tightly linked to federal employment and employment around Fort Meade, and some federal and military workers are excluded from this reporting, later quarters may be better indicators of any shutdown-related impacts. I love it when I can be critical. I took a look at Open Table's latest, quote, good places in Annapolis for special occasions snapshot of at restaurants here in town, which honestly, I got to say, mostly nails the mood, but the top of the pack still belongs to chef-driven independents. Osteria 177 remains the white tablecloth standard for polished Italian. Luna's Steakhouse is the classic splurge. Café Normandy delivers quietly excellent French comfort, and Acqua al Duo offers celebratory Tuscan pastas and steaks without all the fuss. A newcomer, Ingrano's inclusion is a welcome sign of the West Annapolis momentum, bringing tasting menu ambition to the neighborhood. Now, my quibbles. Chart House Prime leans more on the view than their food. Plus, it's a chain, and they added the word prime, which gives them carte blanche to add $20 to your tab. J. Alexander's over in the Annapolis Town Center. That reads it's a reliable corporate grill rather than a months-ahead reservation place. Their food is very good, but I wouldn't call it special occasion. And they also list the Lodge, which feels better for casual crowds than milestone dinners to me. Again, the food is very good, just not a special occasion dinner. Lists are conversation starters by design. Move a couple of the chains down, bump the independents up, and you've got a year's worth of birthday and anniversary plans. Start with the local standards, then choose your vibe, wine list, waterfront, or chef's counter. You didn't catch that yesterday? Have a look. Attendance surged at the 2025 Annapolis Powerboat Show, the strongest turnout since 2021, with ideal fall weather and steady buyer interest filling the docks all 4 days. This was the best powerboat show we've seen in years, said Mary Ewenson, who's the president of the Annapolis Boat Shows, citing brisk sales, quote, including several models worth north of $1 million mark. A Thursday morning bout of tidal flooding at City Dock damaged a handful of exhibits and briefly limited access, but crews reset quickly and partners kept the focus on the customers. They're used to that. By the weekend, the mood was definitely celebratory. Signature painkillers poured courtesy of Atlas and the Fleet Reserve and Latitude 38, while tech-forward brands like Yachter drew first-time buyers and upgrade-minded skippers. With the powerboats buttoned up, attention now turns to the Annapolis Sailboat Show opening tomorrow with clear skies in the forecast and an international slate of builders, gear suppliers, and charter companies ready to keep the economic lift going. And I do have a couple tickets left for that, so if you would like to go see the Annapolis Sailboat Show, get in touch with me. I may hook you up. Well, developers finally broke ground on the Village at Providence Point along Forest Drive after years of litigation and redesigns, moving a continuing care retirement community toward a spring 2028 opening. Now led by the National Lutheran Communities and Services, the project will include 272 independent living apartments, 30 cottages, and 48 healthcare suites with green roofs, energy-efficient lighting, and stormwater systems. Courts upheld approvals from the Annapolis Planning Commission, appeals by the Crab Creek Conservancy were rejected by the Circuit and Appellate Courts, and the Supreme Court of Maryland declined to review it in August. Now, developers say that 28 acres of trees will be cleared, with replanting required by city ordinance, and 124 acres is going to be preserved under a conservation easement. If I never have to utter the words Crystal Spring or Providence Point again, it'll be too soon. The Annapolis Symphony Orchestra will be bringing internationally acclaimed soprano Christine Gerke to its 25-26 Legends concerts under the artistic director Jose Luis Novo, with performances January 30th, 31st, and February 1st. Known for powerhouse roles in Strauss and Wagner, from the Metropolitan Opera to La Scala, Gerke steps in while originally announced artist Angel Blue moves to a future season. You can get your tickets at AnnapolisSymphony.org. This weekend on the Local Business Spotlight, I think we are getting our act together and talking to Tina Gann from Simply Organized. That should drop at noon on Saturday once I get it all edited up. And by now you do know the drill. Please let your friends, neighbors, and colleagues all know about the Daily News Recap email. It is free. It comes to your inbox every night at 7 p.m. and is going to keep you up to speed on all the top local news stories. Plus, it's paywall free, and here's a link right here in the show notes for you. All right, let's put this puppy to bed with a quick thank you to you. We also want to thank our sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, Fish for a Cure, Interim Healthcare of Annapolis, and the Annapolis Sailboat Show. So now you just need to hang tight. We have your Eye on Annapolis local weather coming up with George Young, and Bridget, also known as BeeprBuzz, is back. Can she keep her Annapolis After Dark segment under 5 minutes, or will I have to cut her off again? All that's coming up for you in just a bit, so stick around.
Ahoy, captains and anglers. What better way to spend a day on the Chesapeake Bay than by fishing and fundraising for a cure? Join us for the 19th annual Fish for a Cure tournament, Paul C. Detter's Captain's Challenge, and Shore Party, Saturday, November 1st at Safe Harbor, Annapolis. Fish for a Cure supports Luminous Health Anne Arundel Medical Center's Gayton and Joanne D. Cesaris Cancer Institute. Event proceeds directly support the Cancer Survivorship Program for patients recovering from all types of cancers. Gather your crew and register your boat today at fishforacure.org. Again, that's fishforacure.org. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Wednesday, October 8th. Different conditions outside today for the Annapolis region, with some clouds and rain along with cooler temps, and those cooler temps will stay in place into early next week. And we're now tracking some potential rain for Sunday into Monday as a low-pressure center could form just off the North Carolina coast this weekend. Look for highs today in the lower 70s with breezy winds and some showers and possibly a thunderstorm as well as a cold front moves through from the west, bringing AM lows tomorrow in the upper 40s to lower mid-50s with breezy PM highs in the low to mid-60s as sunshine quickly returns to the region. From there, it'll be more sunshine Friday through Sunday with highs Friday in the mid to upper 60s after more chilly 40s and 50s in the morning hours, with mixed skies then both Saturday and Sunday with highs each day in the 65 to 72 degree range, with growing potential for low pressure to impact the area Sunday into Monday with rain and breezy winds. So stay tuned for updates on that over the next couple of days as it could impact your weekend plans. Okay, That's it for today. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to always stay weather informed, which you can now easily do by going to eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region.
It's almost time for Annapolis to shine as the sailing capital of the U.S. The Annapolis Sailboat Show, October 9th through the 12th. The world's largest sailboat show, right in the heart of America's sailing capital. Tour hundreds of monohulls, multi-hulls, and blue water cruisers in Ego Alley and beyond. Check out the latest sails, rigging, and navigation systems, or take part in classes and on-water workshops like the First Sail Experience. Meet world cruisers, stock up on sailing gear, and soak up that legendary waterfront vibe filled with music, food, and salty stories. Tickets and info are available now at AnnapolisBoatShows.com. AnnapolisBoatShows.com. The music scene in Anne Arundel County is popping, and sometimes it's hard to sort through it all. From blues to pop, from funk to ska, BeeprBuzz has it all covered for you in this week's Annapolis After Dark.
Good morning, Annapolis. BeeprBuzz here with your Annapolis After Dark weekend music highlights for Wednesday, October 8th through Sunday, October 12th. Go to the socials for Annapolis Streaming and BeeprBuzz, and also all three websites for the full schedule. Music for today, Wednesday. Start with Happy Hour in Severna Park with Alex G. Lee, who is back at Pitaya Mexican Restaurant. In Annapolis tonight, Vians & Co. will be joining the Songbird Showcase at 49 West. And just next door, Fred and Wilma, which is Joey Fitz and Elizabeth from Red Betty and the Ruckus, will be at Santa Joe's on West Street. And here's one you definitely do not want to miss tonight. Head down to Middleton Tavern for a pajama party reunion. Thursday, get to the point for Dan Haas. Steve McCoy will be solo at the Beacon, which is down at the end of Forest Drive. And the boat show continues with music at Latitude 38 with Brant Austin Dunn Thursday night. Joe Hickey will be at Brian Brew in Severna Park. And up in the Dina, Mike Sharp will be at the office. Weekend music. Friday start with Happy Hour with Mike Sharp at Twain's Tavern in the Severna Park, Pasadena area. The Low Keys will be at Food Truck Fridays, and that's off of Harry S. Truman Parkway in Parole. Music continues at 100 Lots in Edgewater with Joey Fitz on Friday night. And over in Annapolis on Friday, the boat show music continues at Latitude 38. Justin Singleton will be the daytime shift. And one of my favorites for many years, Fran Scuderi, is back in town, and he'll be covering the night shift there. Also on Friday at Annapolis Market House, Faith in the Faithful. And over at Annapolis Smokehouse, Sidewalk Soul will be rocking the Forest Drive corridor. Up in Odenton, Johnny Polis will be at Odie's Booze Box. And in Millersville, Brant Austin Dunn will be at Gina's Cantina. Up in the Dina, Rumor Real will be rocking with Sweet Lita and Kirk Myers and Ricky Wise. And end Friday night, DTA with DJ Brandon of Be Real Entertainment at O'Brien's. Saturday, start with brunch with Ben Heemstraw at Cooper's Tavern in Edgewater. On Saturday, Rickshaw Lizard will be at the Dragon Fest 2025, which is a breast cancer benefit at Pier 4 Marina in Eastport. Over in Annapolis, the boat show music for Saturday will be Hurricane Kevin and Katie May Mashup. Guava Jelly will be at Great Frogs Winery off of Forest Drive. Sparks and McCoy will be at Homestead Gardens Fall Festival on Saturday out in Davidsonville. Brant Austin Dunn will be at Reynolds Tavern in Annapolis. Russell Jacobson and friends will be at Fern Brewing up in the Crofton Gambrels area. D Squared will be at Wine at the Shrine of St. Anthony up at Ellicott City. Ryan Keith Duo, which is Keith and Coster, will be at 100 Lots in Davidsonville. Up in Severna Park, Red Betty and the Ruckus will be at Severna Park Tap House. Meerkat Nation will be rocking Rams Head Roadhouse in Crownsville. And Vians & Co. will be rocking Santa Joe's on West Street Saturday night. Sunday Fun Day. Homestead Gardens Fall Festival continues with Fred and Wilma, which is Joey Fitz and Elizabeth from Red Betty and the Ruckus. Also on Sunday, Soren from Mr. VCR will be at Beacon down at the end of Forest Drive. And Brant Austin Dunn will be over in Market Space in front of Federal House. Down in Galesville, PJ and Neil will be at Santa Joe's Riverside. Their deck is still open. Remember, these are just the highlights. Find the full schedule of music for all of Annapolis and the surrounding areas on the Annapolis Streaming Facebook event and on the websites AnnapolisStreaming.com, AnnapolisMusic.us, and BeeprBuzz.com, spelled BeeprBuzz. I'll see you out there.
When someone you love needs care at home, you want more than just help. You want trusted support from people who truly care. That's where Interim Healthcare of Annapolis comes in. Locally owned and serving seniors in Anne Arundel, Baltimore, Charles, Prince George's, and Queen Anne's counties. Interim Healthcare of Annapolis offers personalized in-home care that's flexible, reliable, and compassionate. From Alzheimer's and dementia care to assistance with bathing, dressing, fall prevention, transportation to appointments, and even 24-hour care. Interim of Annapolis also offers respite care to give family caregivers a much-needed break. With Interim Healthcare of Annapolis, you get the backing of a trusted national network and the heart of a hometown provider. Call Art Dandridge at 443-808-1003 or visit interim.com/Annapolis to learn more. That's interim.com/Annapolis. Interim Healthcare of Annapolis. Personalized service at home, peace of mind, and always there when you need care. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.